In a world that seems to spin faster every day, filled with chaos, stress, and endless demands, finding peace and staying calm can feel like chasing an impossible dream. But what if there were a way to ground yourself, to navigate life's storms with clarity and strength? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism holds the answers, offering timeless wisdom that helps us cultivate serenity, resilience, and focus, no matter what life throws our way. 12 Lessons from Stoicism to Keep Calm is your guide to reclaiming control over your emotions, silencing the noise of the outside world, and living a life of peace and purpose. This philosophy, rooted in the teachings of Zeno of Citium and carried forward by great minds like Marcus Aurelius, reminds us that true calm doesn't come from avoiding challenges, but from mastering our response to them. Today, we'll explore 12 powerful Stoic lessons that will help you embrace calmness, clarity, and inner strength in every aspect of your life. These lessons will inspire you to rise above the chaos and become a source of light in an often turbulent world. If you're ready to transform your perspective and unlock the peace you deserve, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's start a conversation. Comment below with "I choose peace and clarity" to affirm your commitment to a Stoic-inspired life. Together, we'll make calm not just a goal, but a way of being. Let's dive in. Number 1, focus on what you can control. Life often feels like a whirlwind of events beyond our control. Unexpected betrayals, job losses, or the countless small frustrations of daily life. In moments like these, it's tempting to feel powerless, to let worry consume us. But as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus so profoundly said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The essence of Stoicism lies in this realization. Peace is not found in attempting to control the uncontrollable, but in mastering your response to it. Imagine being stuck in a traffic jam, late for an important meeting. The cars aren't moving, the horns are blaring, and frustration rises like a tide within you. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you respond. Instead of succumbing to anger, you pause, take a deep breath, and think, I can use this time to mentally prepare for the meeting or enjoy a podcast that inspires me. The traffic isn't magically clear, but its power to ruin your day dissipates entirely. Or consider the workplace critic, a boss who unfairly blames you for a mistake that wasn't yours. Your initial instinct might be to lash out or defend yourself vehemently. But what if, instead, you ask yourself, can I control their behavior or words? The answer is no. What you can control is your response. Instead of escalating the situation, you reply with calm professionalism. Thank you for the feedback. I'll review the issue and see how I can improve moving forward. By doing this, you retain your dignity, shift the focus to your growth, and neutralize the tension they sought to provoke. The world is full of things you can't control. Other people's opinions, the weather, economic shifts, or unforeseen misfortunes. Fixating on these drains your energy and leaves you at the mercy of external forces. However, when you direct your focus inward, you discover a profound truth. The one thing no one can take from you is your ability to choose your response. Marcus Aurelius captured this power perfectly when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This is not just a philosophical concept, it's a call to action. Take a moment now and list everything troubling you. Divide these into 2 categories. What is within your control and what is not. For the latter, practice letting go. Say to yourself, this is beyond me, and that's okay. Then focus all your energy on what you can influence, your attitude, your effort, and your decisions. By focusing on what you can control, you reclaim your strength and rise above the chaos. This is the first and most vital lesson of Stoicism. Your calm, your peace, and your purpose are always within your hands. Number 2, practice negative visualization. In a culture obsessed with optimism and positivity, the Stoics offer a counterintuitive yet profound practice, negative visualization. This ancient technique involves imagining the worst-case scenarios that could occur in life, not to dwell in fear, but to reduce its power over us. By confronting potential challenges in your mind, you build resilience, gratitude, and perspective. Seneca explained it best. He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. Negative visualization is not about expecting the worst, but preparing your mind to remain calm and composed when the unexpected happens. Picture this. You've worked tirelessly on a presentation for weeks, only to discover just before the meeting that the file has been corrupted and is unrecoverable. Instead of spiraling into panic or despair, you recall that you've already visualized this scenario. You prepared for the possibility of a tech failure and saved your key points in a backup file or written outline. While others would crumble, you adapt. By mentally rehearsing the what-ifs ahead of time, you stripped the situation of its ability to overwhelm you. This practice doesn't just apply to work. It's a tool for life. Imagine losing your wallet, having a flight canceled, or facing a sudden financial strain. When you've already visualized these scenarios and thought through solutions, they lose their sting. The brilliance of negative visualization isn't limited to resilience. It also heightens your appreciation for the present. By envisioning life without the things you take for granted, you begin to cherish them more deeply. Think of your loved ones, your health, or even the simple comforts of home. What if they weren't there tomorrow? Imagining their absence isn't morbid, it's illuminating. It reminds you to express gratitude, to be present, and to value what you have now. The Stoics called this premeditation malorum, or the premeditation of evils, and they practiced it not to court misery, but to fortify their minds against it. Marcus Aurelius himself would reflect daily on the fragility of life, not with dread, but to live more fully. To integrate negative visualization into your life, start small. Dedicate a few moments each day to imagine a scenario where something goes wrong. A delay, a mistake, or a loss. Then calmly think through how you would handle it. Visualize yourself navigating the challenge with poise and grace. Over time, you'll find that you approach real-life obstacles with the same steadiness you cultivated in your mind. This practice doesn't make life easier, but it makes you stronger. And in that strength lies peace. Negative visualization is a gift, a reminder that while life is uncertain, your ability to face it can be unshakable. This is the Stoic path, not avoiding hardship, but mastering the art of enduring it. Number 3, practice mindfulness. Seneca once said, "It is foolish to be unhappy now because you are remembering the past or anticipating the future." This timeless wisdom reminds us of the power of living fully in the present moment, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Practicing mindfulness, or the art of being fully present, not only frees you from the weight of negative thoughts, but also allows you to appreciate the beauty of life, even in its simplest moments. Imagine walking down a familiar path, but instead of noticing the golden sunlight filtering through the trees, the birds singing above, or the gentle breeze against your skin, your mind is racing. You're consumed by worries about tomorrow's deadlines or regrets over yesterday's conversation. In doing so, you lose the present, the only moment that truly belongs to you. Mindfulness invites you to pause, take a deep breath, and reconnect with the here and now. The rhythm of your breath, the sensation of each step, and the presence of life unfolding around you. Mindfulness also helps you face difficult emotions without letting them control you. When confronted with a challenging situation, instead of being swept away by fear or anger, take a step back and ask yourself, what am I truly feeling in this moment? How does this emotion fit into the larger story of my life? By focusing on the present, you transform negative emotions into opportunities for self-awareness and growth. You realize that the situation, no matter how difficult, is temporary, and your response to it is where your power lies. To integrate mindfulness into your life, start with small, intentional actions. During meals, focus on the flavors, textures, and sensations of every bite. In conversations, truly listen without interrupting or planning your response. Be fully engaged in the dialogue. Set aside a few minutes daily to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and simply observe your thoughts without judgment. As Marcus Aurelius said, do not let your life be governed by what is outside of your control. Instead, live in the present moment and cherish it as if it were the only gift you have. By practicing mindfulness, you not only escape distractions and anxiety, but also unlock a life of deeper meaning and peace. Challenges will come, as they always do, but mindfulness helps you see that even the most ordinary moments hold extraordinary potential. With this practice, you'll cultivate calm and clarity, becoming the anchor in life's ever-changing seas. Number 4. Embrace impermanence. Life, like a flowing river, is constantly changing. No moment remains frozen in time, no joy is eternal, and no sorrow lasts forever. The Stoics understood this deeply, teaching us that impermanence is not something to fear, but to accept. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Time is a river, a violent current of events, glimpsed once and gone forever." By embracing the transient nature of life, you free yourself from clinging to what's fleeting and find peace in the knowledge that nothing, good or bad, endures forever. Imagine a storm rolling over the horizon. The sky darkens, the wind howls, and rain pours relentlessly. In the midst of it, the storm feels endless. Yet, as sure as it came, it will pass. The sun will break through the clouds, and the world will shine anew. Life's challenges are no different. Pain, hardship, and uncertainty may feel overwhelming at the moment, but they too are temporary. When you accept this, you gain the strength to weather any storm with grace. Similarly, consider the seasons of life as an ever-turning wheel. Spring bursts forth with vibrancy, summer basks in warmth, autumn sheds its leaves, and winter blankets the world in stillness. Each season has its time, its beauty, and its end. Your life mirrors this cycle. Moments of joy and success come and go, as do times of sorrow and struggle. Clinging to the idea that joy must last forever, or that pain will never leave, only creates unnecessary suffering. When you understand that everything is temporary, you allow yourself to fully experience life without fear of loss. In practice, the next time you face stress or heartbreak, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Reflect on past difficulties you've endured and how they eventually gave way to calmer days. Embrace the understanding that the current challenge is just another season in the ever-changing cycle of your life. Similarly, when you find yourself basking in a moment of happiness, savor it without clinging to it. Enjoy the present while accepting its impermanence, knowing that it's part of the ebb and flow of existence. By accepting impermanence, you cultivate resilience and gratitude. The knowledge that nothing lasts forever empowers you to face hardship without despair and cherish joy without attachment. Life is a river, ever-flowing, ever-changing. When you stop trying to hold on to its waters and instead let them pass through your fingers, you discover the profound peace that lies in surrendering to its natural course. This is the wisdom of impermanence, to live fully, knowing that every moment is both fleeting and precious. Number 5. Live with virtue. True peace does not come from wealth, fame, or external success. It comes from living a life rooted in virtue. For the Stoics, this meant focusing on 4 cardinal principles: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. These virtues serve as the foundation for a meaningful life, a guide to navigating challenges, and a shield against the chaos of the world. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Living virtuously is like tending to a garden. Each virtue represents a different flower, requiring care, attention, and cultivation. Wisdom is the soil, helping you discern what is good and true. Courage is the sunlight, giving you the strength to act even when it's difficult. Temperance is the water, ensuring balance and moderation in all things. Justice is the structure, guiding your actions to be fair and equitable to others. Together, these virtues create a flourishing life, not because of what you achieve outwardly, but because of the harmony you cultivate within. Imagine facing a moral dilemma at work. A colleague offers you an opportunity to take credit for a project you didn't fully contribute to. The temptation is strong. Recognition could lead to a promotion or financial gain. But as a Stoic, you reflect on the virtue of justice, fairness in thought and action. You choose to acknowledge the contributions of your team instead, even if it means forgoing personal advancement. This decision, though less glamorous, fills you with a sense of integrity and inner peace that no external reward could ever match. Similarly, think of temperance in a world of excess and temptation. You're at a party, surrounded by indulgence, food, drinks, and luxury. Instead of overindulging, you practice moderation, enjoying what's offered without losing control. This restraint doesn't deprive you, it empowers you. You leave the event feeling light, centered, and free from regret. In these moments, living with virtue isn't about denying pleasure or success. It's about mastering yourself, so neither pleasure nor success can control you. To incorporate virtue into daily life, choose one to focus on each day. Start the morning by asking yourself, how will I embody wisdom, courage, temperance, or justice today? Reflect on your actions in the evening. Did I stay true to my virtues, or did I stray? Over time, these reflections become habits, and these habits become the foundation of a life well lived. Living with virtue transforms your perspective on success and happiness. It grounds you in what truly matters, providing a compass when life feels uncertain. While others chase fleeting rewards, you cultivate an inner strength that no external force can take away. This is the heart of Stoicism: to live not for accolades or possessions, but for the quiet, enduring peace of knowing you have done what is right. Number 6. Let things unfold naturally. In life, we often confuse effort with control, believing that if we work hard enough, we can dictate every outcome. But the truth is, while you can control your actions, the results are often beyond your grasp. The Stoics remind us to focus on our efforts and let go of the need to control the outcomes. As Epictetus wisely stated, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Think of planting a seed in a garden. You can choose the best soil, water it diligently, and ensure it gets sunlight. But you cannot control whether the seed will sprout, how fast it will grow, or whether it will bear fruit. Life works the same way. Your role is to give your best effort, to nurture, to act, to commit. But the ultimate results depend on factors beyond you. Accepting this truth doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you stop tying your self-worth to the outcome. Imagine you're working toward a major career goal, such as landing your dream job. You prepare thoroughly, polishing your resume, honing your skills, and practicing for interviews. You give it your all. But when the decision comes, the job goes to someone else. In that moment, you have two choices: sink into disappointment and question your worth, or trust that your effort was enough and that the outcome was not within your control. By letting things unfold naturally, you free yourself from the weight of disappointment and open yourself to new possibilities. Another opportunity may be waiting, one you couldn't see while clinging to the result you thought you needed. This philosophy also applies to relationships. Perhaps you've worked hard to repair a strained friendship. You've communicated honestly, made amends, and shown kindness. Yet the other person remains distant. A Stoic would remind you, you've done your part. The rest is theirs. By accepting their response without resentment or self-blame, you honor your effort without forcing a resolution that isn't meant to be. To live this principle, set clear goals for yourself, but release the need for perfection in achieving them. Write down what you can control: your actions, your attitude, your preparation, and what you cannot: the decisions of others, unforeseen circumstances, or timing. Then, focus only on the former. Letting things unfold naturally doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting the process. It is the serenity of knowing you've done your best, paired with the wisdom to embrace whatever comes next. This balance between effort and acceptance is the key to living with both purpose and peace. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not be troubled by things that are outside your control, but they cannot touch your soul." When you live this way, you free yourself from unnecessary burdens and find joy in the journey itself. Number 7. Turn difficulties into opportunities. Obstacles are not walls to stop us, they are stepping stones that elevate us. The Stoics teach that every challenge carries within it the seed of growth and transformation. As Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective, also central to the law of attraction, reminds us that our mindset shapes our reality. By seeing difficulties as opportunities, we shift from a place of resistance to one of empowerment. Imagine a mountain climber facing a steep and rocky ascent. To the untrained eye, the jagged cliffs seem insurmountable, a barrier that halts progress. But to the climber, each rock becomes a handhold, each incline a chance to rise higher. Life's challenges are no different. The very things that seem to block your path can be the tools that forge your broad strength, resilience, and wisdom, if you choose to see them that way. Take the example of losing a job, a moment that could easily be viewed as a devastating setback. Instead of succumbing to despair, imagine asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Perhaps the loss pushes you to refine your skills, explore a new career path, or even start your own business. Months later, you may find yourself in a role that aligns more closely with your passions, one you never would have pursued without the initial challenge. What seemed like an ending was, in fact, a beginning. This mindset applies to relationships as well. Suppose a close friend betrays your trust. While the pain is undeniable, it's also an opportunity to reflect on boundaries, learn to forgive, and prioritize connections that truly value and support you. Through this experience, you become wiser in choosing relationships that nurture rather than drain you. To practice turning difficulties into opportunities, begin by reframing your perspective. The next time you face an obstacle, pause and ask, what lesson does this hold for me? How can this make me better? Write down your answers and take one actionable step toward growth, no matter how small. This shift in mindset transforms setbacks into catalysts for progress. As you embrace this philosophy, you'll notice that life's challenges no longer feel like threats, but invitations to evolve. The law of attraction reinforces this. When you focus on growth and possibilities, the universe mirrors that energy back to you. What you attract is not just solutions, but a new version of yourself. Stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. The Stoics believe that obstacles are not there to stop you, but to shape you. By transforming difficulties into opportunities, you harness their power to become unstoppable. In the end, the very path you thought was blocked becomes the one that leads to your greatest success. Number 8. Practice gratitude for the simple things. Gratitude is the foundation of inner peace, a reminder that life's beauty often lies in the simplest things. The bread we eat, the air we breathe, the smiles we share. The Stoics, aware of life's fleeting nature, believe that cultivating gratitude keeps us grounded, content, and resilient. As Seneca said, nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. Start with the most basic, the slice of bread on your plate. It may seem insignificant, but think of the hands that worked to bring it to you. The farmer who sowed the grain, the miller who ground it, the baker who gave it form. Each slice is a miracle of labor, connection, and life's endless cycles. By pausing to acknowledge this, you transform an ordinary meal into an extraordinary reminder of abundance. Consider the air filling your lungs. You breathe thousands of times a day without a second thought, yet this invisible force sustains your existence. Imagine a moment without it, and suddenly, its presence becomes profoundly precious. Gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It begins with recognizing the unseen gifts that surround you. Now, turn to yourself. The eyes that allow you to witness the world's beauty, the laughter that fills your days, the smile you share with others. These too are gifts often taken for granted. Pause and reflect on the uniqueness of your being, the capabilities you have, and the moments of joy you've experienced simply by being alive. To honor these gifts is to live with a heart wide open to gratitude. To cultivate this practice, begin each morning or end each evening by listing 3 things you are grateful for. Let them be small: your favorite mug of coffee, the feeling of sunshine on your skin, or the sound of a loved one's voice. As you deepen this habit, gratitude will naturally extend to even the most mundane aspects of your life. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating what we have, it's about shifting our focus from what's missing to what's present. It turns ordinary moments into sacred ones, helps us weather life's storms with grace, and connects us to the world in profound ways. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Through gratitude, every slice of bread becomes a feast, every breath a reminder of life's gift, and every smile a light that reflects the beauty of being. It's not just a practice, it's a way of seeing the world, and it will transform your life. Number 9. Train yourself to endure discomfort. No matter how wise, powerful, or virtuous a person may be, life inevitably presents moments of discomfort and adversity. The Stoics understood this universal truth and taught that resilience is not built during times of ease, but through deliberate preparation for life's hardships. As Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." By voluntarily placing yourself in controlled discomfort, you train your mind to remain calm and composed when faced with the unexpected. Imagine a great tree weathering a storm. Its roots grip the soil, and its trunk bends with the wind, not because it avoids adversity, but because it has grown strong through years of enduring smaller tempests. In the same way, by exposing yourself to manageable challenges, you prepare for life's inevitable storms. Discomfort becomes a tool for growth, not something to fear. Start with small, intentional acts of discomfort. Try a cold shower, experiencing the shock of cold water against your skin. It's uncomfortable, but you'll find that within moments, your body adjusts, and you've proven to yourself that you can withstand more than you thought. These simple practices build mental toughness, teaching you to remain composed when life's larger discomforts arise. The beauty of this practice is how it shifts your relationship with hardship. By choosing discomfort on your terms, you transform it from an unwelcome intruder into a familiar companion. The next time life imposes challenges, a sudden expense, an unkind remark, or an unexpected delay, you'll notice that your mind doesn't spiral into panic. Instead, you'll approach the situation with calm resolve, knowing that you've trained for this. To integrate this principle, begin by identifying one area of comfort you rely on daily. Perhaps it's your morning coffee, your favorite seat on the bus, or scrolling your phone before bed. Remove it for a day, not as punishment, but as a reminder that your well-being doesn't depend on external comforts. Over time, expand these challenges. Fast for a day, walk instead of driving, or spend an evening without technology. Each act reinforces your ability to endure, adapt, and thrive. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By training yourself to endure discomfort, you cultivate a resilience that no storm can uproot. Discomfort is no longer an enemy, but a stepping stone to becoming unshakable. Number 10. Separate emotions from judgment. The Stoics believe that events are inherently neutral. It is our judgment, not the events themselves, that causes us distress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This profound idea teaches us to step back, examine our initial emotional reactions, and decide whether they serve us or sabotage us. Imagine you're stuck in a sudden downpour without an umbrella. Your instinctive reaction might be anger or frustration. Why does this always happen to me? My day is ruined. But pause for a moment and consider, is the rain truly the problem, or is it your interpretation of the event? The rain itself is neutral. It falls without malice or intention. Your frustration arises from your judgment that getting wet is a disaster. Now, reframe the situation. Instead of dwelling on your discomfort, you choose to laugh at the absurdity of it. Feel the cool rain on your skin and remind yourself that this, too, will pass. The rain hasn't changed, but your perception has transformed it into a manageable, even refreshing moment. This principle applies to deeper challenges as well. Imagine being passed over for a promotion at work. Your initial emotion might be disappointment or anger. I've been overlooked and it's unfair. But what if you paused and asked yourself, is this rejection truly bad, or am I assigning it negative meaning? By separating your emotions from the event, you may realize this is an opportunity to refine your skills, seek feedback, or explore new paths. The event hasn't changed, but your judgment has shifted from defeat to growth. To practice this in daily life, begin by catching yourself when you react emotionally to a situation. Whether it's a rude comment, a canceled plan, or a missed opportunity, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why? Then go further. Is my judgment helping me, or is it making this situation worse? This act of questioning gives you the power to choose a response that aligns with your peace and values. Real-life mastery of this concept is not about becoming emotionless. It's about recognizing that your emotions are guides, not dictators. A canceled event isn't inherently bad. It could be a chance to rest or redirect your energy. Criticism isn't inherently painful. It could be an opportunity to learn. By detaching your emotions from your judgments, you become the master of your mind, rather than its servant. The strength of this practice lies in its simplicity. Pause, reflect, and reframe. As Epictetus wisely said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. When you separate your emotions from your judgments, you don't just endure life's challenges, you transform them into stepping stones for growth. In this space between emotion and judgment lies your true power, the ability to choose how you experience the world. Number 11. Remember death, memento mori. Life's most profound clarity comes from embracing its ultimate truth. We are all mortal. The Stoics did not shy away from reflecting on death. They embraced it as a guide for living. Memento mori, meaning remember you must die, is not a call to despair, but a reminder to live each moment with purpose and urgency. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on the fleeting nature of life, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine holding an hourglass in your hands, its sand slipping steadily through the narrow neck. Each grain represents a moment of your life. Some already spent, some yet to come, and the rest flowing through your grasp in the present. You cannot control how much sand remains, but you can decide how to treasure every grain as it falls. This is the essence of memento mori. To live fully, not by ignoring death, but by remembering it. Consider a typical day, filled with minor frustrations and distractions. You argue with a loved one over something trivial, waste hours scrolling through your phone, or postpone a long-dreamed-of plan for someday. Now imagine if this day were your last. Would you hold onto that argument? Would you squander time on things that don't matter? Or would you embrace the moment, tell your loved ones how much they mean to you, and pursue the passions that make you feel alive? Memento mori challenges us to ask these questions every day, not out of fear, but to infuse our lives with meaning. Practicing memento mori can be as simple as writing down what you would do if today were your final day. Would you call a distant friend? Would you spend time with your family? Would you start a project you've been delaying? Then take action, no matter how small. If it matters enough for your last day, it matters enough for today. This practice doesn't mean living recklessly or abandoning responsibility. It means prioritizing what truly counts. Memento mori also invites gratitude. When you remember that your time is limited, even the mundane becomes sacred. The morning sun streaming through your window, the laughter of a child, the warmth of a meal. All these moments become gifts when seen through the lens of mortality. Seneca put it beautifully, "Life is long if you know how to use it." To live with memento mori is not to dwell on death, but to use its inevitability as a guide to a life well lived. Let it remind you to love fiercely, act boldly, and cherish deeply. For in remembering the finite nature of life, you unlock its infinite potential for meaning. Number 12. Lead with calmness, accept things as they are. In a world often consumed by chaos and turmoil, your calmness can become a beacon for others. The Stoics believe that true strength lies in accepting life as it is, not as you wish it to be, and responding to challenges with composure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By embodying peace, you not only transform your own experience, but inspire those around you to do the same. Picture yourself in a crisis, a workplace project spiraling out of control, with missed deadlines and a panicked team. Most people might succumb to the pressure, snapping at colleagues or rushing through decisions. But you choose differently. You take a deep breath, assess the situation calmly, and say, "Let's pause and prioritize what we can do next." Your steadiness becomes an anchor, shifting the energy in the room from chaos to focus. People begin to mirror your calmness, finding clarity and purpose in your example. This approach extends beyond work into daily life. Imagine being caught in a heated argument at home. Tempers flare, voices rise, and emotions boil over. Instead of matching the intensity, you center yourself and respond softly. Let's take a moment to breathe and revisit this when we're calmer. Your decision to remain grounded diffuses the tension and opens the door for resolution. Your actions demonstrate that calmness is not passivity, but an active choice to rise above the storm. The key to leading with calmness lies in acceptance, acknowledging that life will always bring challenges, and not every situation is within your control. When you accept reality as it is, you free yourself from unnecessary resistance. Imagine facing a sudden downpour during an outdoor event. You could grumble about the rain and let it ruin your mood, or you could laugh, adjust your plans, and enjoy the moment for what it is. In doing so, you model resilience and adaptability for others, showing them that peace is possible, even in unexpected circumstances. To practice this principle, start by cultivating calmness within yourself. When tensions rise, pause and focus on your breath. Remind yourself, this moment is temporary and I control how I respond to it. Then extend that peace outward. In meetings, family conflicts, or even during a stressful commute, choose to be the calm anchor in the room. Your demeanor will influence others more than any words could. Leading with calmness is an act of quiet strength. It shows that peace is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to face them with grace. As Seneca wisely observed, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. By accepting things as they are and responding with serenity, you not only elevate your own experience but inspire those around you to seek peace in their own lives. Let your calmness be the light that guides others through the storm. Conclusion: from focusing on what you can control to practicing gratitude for the simplest joys in life, Stoicism offers a profound roadmap to finding peace and clarity in an unpredictable world. These lessons remind us that serenity is not the absence of challenges, but the strength to face them with calm and wisdom. By embracing these principles, you unlock the ability to live a life of purpose, resilience, and inner harmony. Now it's time to take action. Start small, practice gratitude, let go of what you cannot control, and transform difficulties into opportunities for growth. Incorporate these lessons into your daily life and watch as you become calmer, clearer, and stronger than ever before. These are not just philosophies, they are tools to guide you toward the life you deserve. If you found these lessons meaningful, don't keep them to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to continue receiving timeless insights from Stoicism. And let's make this a conversation. Comment below with, "I choose peace and clarity," to affirm your commitment to living with calm and purpose. Let's inspire one another to embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and create a world filled with more peace, resilience, and understanding.